Okay, no problem with your computers? Professor Muranoshi is all right? Still? No, just try, because once we start, it might be very difficult to explain it. Is there anyone who has a problem?
I have not included this face sheet. Your slide start with the second one, this one. This is just cosmetics. We use file number 1, PDF file, or number 7. Number 7 is native file of PowerPoint prepared with its 2007-2010 version. That's all inclusive. But the size is very big, 16 mega, 17 mega. So I broke that slide into 3 pieces and made it the PDF format. So PDF file number 1 or file number 7, well, of course you have this hard copy handout.
The title of the file is KBS, P and PM?
Yes,
That is the file.
right. Yes,
This is the most important. KBS. Tanaka. Is this a file? So, is that all right? Okay, let's begin. Sorry to keep you wait quite a long time. Officially, we start the class seminar from 10 a.m. today. Today is the English special session and special seminar on project and program management. Official title is more complicated. Feature seminar and workshop, project and program management as a vehicle to support grand design, building, and delivery. In brief, project and program management for the grand design. That is the short name of this seminar. So, because we have established the Grand Design by Japan program, and this is the second year, and since March 19th this year, we conduct several forums every month on the earthquake and tsunami related project. And today and tomorrow and November 23rd, we have the special seminar on project and program management. We invited a renowned scholar and professor and researcher, Professor Hiroshi Tanaka, and I briefly introduce him to you by using this brochure. Page 6, turn over the page 6, please. Professor Hiroshi Tanaka, he is an advisor and immediate past president of Project Management Association of Japan. In Japanese, 日本プロジェクトマネジメント協会理事長であられました。 all over the world, he has been teaching quite a lot of seminars on project and program management. It includes Schema Business School in France, State Professor of Program and Project Management at Admiral Makarov National University of Shipbuilding in Ukraine, in Japanese, Ukraina Zosen Daigaku, professor, and Professor of Strategy, Program and Project Management at Center for Advanced Studies and Research in Project, Program and Portfolio Management in Senegal, and visiting Professor of Program and Project Management at Kiev National University of Construction and Architecture in Ukraine. And he has been cooperating and participating in this program as a cooperative professor of the Grand Design Program. Okay?
Okay.
So, shall we start?
Yes. Thank you very much, Professor Negawa, for your kind invitation. Good morning, everybody. It's my great pleasure. I am a graduate of Keio University. I majored in political science. Got graduated back in 1967. So it's very special for me to speak at alma mater. I didn't do master work here, but after traveling, I've been traveled for 45 years or so. I'm finally back here in Hiroshi. Okay, let's set first ground rule of this class. First of all, be happy, right? Happy project. That's very important. So enjoy this seminar workshop, get relaxed, ask any question, dumb question, smart question, or whatsoever. Diplomatic comments, no, that's a joke. And all of that, your contribution makes this class very successful, right? Second point, believe that project management makes your efforts 30% faster, right, in delivery, 30% cheaper, and 30% less rework or error. That's true. I'm not saying that. That's more or less all the expert people say so. Especially if you are, new to project management discipline, you can expect a great positive effect of this class. And I'm sure that project management gives you a significant program management. That's day 3 will give you significant differentiator in your life to come. Everything is changing, right? Especially after triple disaster. Government didn't know what to do about reconstruction. And so knowing project management, being a little bit familiar with program management, that makes you great, in a very much better position. So what's omiyage? I hope omiyage will be global language of project and program management. This course is not based on particular global standard. I'm pioneer of PMI's Pinbook Guide. I was a guy who was licensed by PMI to bring PMI, Pinbook Guide, and I'm the first person who administered PMP examination here in Japan. So my PMP number is 6,100. Now there are about 490-something PMPs, right? And also I was president of a PM Association of Japan. It carries P2M. I love P2M, but knowing that all global language, I should be neutral. I tell you whatever things, better things, right? about project management language. And have a look at this handout. This is not a sophisticated one. You can use this, a checklist, not everything. But whenever you're trying to recall something, 思い出す, and then come back and look at this textbook. Then if you're interested, study more about that particular topic. Okay? Templates. And this is really a new network opportunity. So talk to each other, and make a team. And then that makes your business, your study, research, much more easier. That's a spirit. So before I ask several questions to you, who you are, why you are here, I should introduce a little bit about my background. I spent just 2-3 minutes. Basically, I'm an industry person. I was general manager of a division and a board member of JGC, of division company of JGC Corporation, Nikki Kabushiki Gaisha. That is by far the #1 engineering construction company of Japan. That's one of the top 5 in the world. So my project management mentor is Exxon Engineering. Exxon is now ExxonMobil. So I went to New Jersey, Florham Park, New Jersey, to meet with Exxon people quite often. I learned a lot from Exxon engineers. They are graduates of a so-called Ivy League university. At the same time, I am a mentor of a young Exxon engineer who came to Japan for investment market survey. I tell them what's going on in Asia and what our engineering construction market is. So it's an exchange, a lot of nice idea, right? That made me very aware of American project management. Also, I'm primarily member, one of the second generation of PMI. My PMI membership is about 9,000. Now PMI members are 380 something. And so I was trained by Americans. And my English mentor is a Texan lady who was a master of English at American College. Can't believe that American engineer, if they are taught to write a sentence, it takes 1 hour to say, just write 10 sentences. So writing English is difficult for average American engineers. British are different. In UK, writing good English is part of career, so everybody is trained to write good English. And then, as a representative of the company, I was sent to industry association for industry project management capability research. And I was a senior member and then ended with acting chair of a program management committee. And that project made me the founder of Japanese first PM association, professional association by the name of Japan PM Forum. And then I asked Professor Ikujiro Nonaka to be my chair, right? So Nonaka sensei is my mentor. And that research, initial research is industrial research, 業界の研究. It was turning to professional project management research. It was part of academic work. So I made a professor of French Business School, ESLEO, now Schema, 2002. And by that time, I wrote about 350 short papers in English. And 2006, they evaluated all of them, and I was appointed as a PhD in strategy, program, and project management. I bet you that I'm the only doctor in project management in Japan. And in Asia, there are only two, me and my colleague from China. There are so many teachers of project management. Most of them are doctors of engineering. It's okay, doctors of engineering can teach PM. But in other words, there are no professors who have doctor of engineering background. They are doctors of PhD in management. Right? So as Professor Hanegawa said, I have at this time affiliation with these universities. Schema, former ES Lille, is French business school, ranked at, I think, about 30. At the best time, 23rd in Financial Times rating, right? And this is my national shipbuilding university. That's actually Oval University in Ukraine. I'm a state professor here. This is Kyiv National Construction and Architecture University. That's number 2 in the former Soviet Union system about infrastructure, science and engineering school. And one of the best schools in the world about project management teaching. This is my Senegal University. The reason is that my French boss, academic boss, quit French University and came to president of Senegal to establish a new graduate school. And all of us, you know, working for that professor, Professor Christophe Bledire, are automatically professors of this, university. And in Japan, I am teaching advanced course at JAIST, Japan Advanced Institute of Science and Technology, Hokuriku Sentan, Kakuki Jitsu Daigaku. Internally, I'll be an adjunct professor starting next year. So I'm trying to combine my PM strategy program project management expertise with that school's knowledge science. Okay, and KO, yes, it's great honor for me to work with Professor Hanegawa with you for this grand design program. So that's all. They are my mentors, colleagues. This Professor John Adams, one of the founder of PMI, was first mentor during 1990. And then this Professor Christophe Bledire, who is my academic boss, he's still the editor-in-chief for PMI's academic journal, Project Management Journal. And then, as I said, Nonaka Sensei, and this Uemoto Sensei is, works for Nonaka Sensei, and now he's professor, and I'm working with him at JAIST. And do you know Kentaro Nobeoka Sensei, who wrote the book, MOT Newman? He used to be with Kobe, and now with Hitotsubashi University. You know, I like, I love, respect Nobeoka Sensei, and he coaches me very much. And then my supervisor, Dr. Lynn Crawford, my colleague in Ukraine, and uniquely, I'm founder of JBQT Alliance. That's Presidential Alliance of PM associations of India, China, Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan, and Japan, of course. If you make it association to association, it takes time. So that's Presidential Association. So we meet and decide, cooperate with each other. Okay, that's my background. Oh, sorry. And I have some doctoral students. I can't be first supervisor because I teach. I'm a remote professor, but this young lady, by the name of Shadi. Shadi is Iranian, and she completed master thesis with me as first professor. She wrote risk management, best methodology in oil and gas field development. Now she got the admission to HEC, very famous French business school. And I continue to teach her, excuse me, on an informal basis. I have two PhD students from Iran, and one in Ukraine, and one in China. A Chinese student is a graduate doctoral student at Tsinghua University. I'm a schema professor supervising. That's two-way learning. They know me, they know program management much better than me because they are researchers. I'm sort of the practitioner, and my academic depth is not good. So that's two-way communication, but I know the world. And yeah, several books. These two McGraw-Hill books, not me, but all of us global leaders contributed. And in Japan, Tokuto Yasashi, PM Hon. And this month, we published this Russian book titled Innovation Programs and Project based on Japanese P2M knowledge system. Authors are Ukrainian Minister of Finance, Professor Fedor Yaroshenko, Professor Sergei Boucher, my colleague, and myself. I can't read because this book is Russian. So, seminar agenda on today, tomorrow, we'll go over all essential elements of project management, right? Tomorrow afternoon, we challenge a workshop. Workshop is fun. We don't expect you to be very precise about your technology, about the data. Use a lot of assumptions. Make it sound nice, okay? That's a policy. On day 23, we are going through program management. That's new. It's not a program management practice in US. They're Japan-made and grown in Europe. So what's PNPM in short? So this is what we are going to do in this section. First of all, we understand where project and program management, I call it PMPM, is located in relation to other management branches, okay? And obtain an initial concept, not very detailed one, because in section 3, we are going through details of project management principles and major methodologies. And also we know how PMPM is positioned in organization operations, yes? Company to company. Now, you're all familiar with the first two lines, technical management, that's line management of monozukuri, and then general corporate management. How many of you are MBA students or management students? Right? Okay, so you know this very well. And then if you need to do something new, you need project management. The P2M guidebook that I was promoting when I was the president of PMJ, it's much broader than traditional project management and interfaces with both technical and general corporate management. This shows how this is a detailed diagram of what we have seen in the previous chart. It says organization management, entrepreneurial management, that's dealing with something new, strategic management, position in a corporation, and look at, market versus product. And this says, well, diversification, etc., etc. Now, many times, of course, I'm asked, Tanaka-san, I don't need a very long story. In short, what's project management? This is a basic message that we quite often listen to in the United States of America. Project management is not to perform complete IT project on time, meeting quality, meeting, budget constraint. Basically, project management is framework to realize changes. And project management is change guide agent, right? That gives you very all-round solution to your questions. And now, project management association like PMI, IPMA, they say project management is an optimum combination of science and art. Yes, we say, yes, we agree. But I and my colleague, Professor Vladimir Boropayev, last year say, well, we should add on the foundation of business, right? And so pursues an optimum combination of science and art on the foundation of business. So we have process, so it's a sort of science. However, with only science, we can't get things done on project, right? Because each project is unique. So we need a lot of art, like in business administration. Yes?
I noticed that you used the word business there.
Yeah.
But I think that project management is applied to many other areas of life, not just business.
Exactly.
Although our focus, most people here, is business, but some projects are not actually business, but some are non-profit, social benefit projects, and so not always just business, right?
Thank you. That's a very good comment. At the same time, in this case, business means, of course, business at business firms, public services, government. It's called business also. Because in government, you say business plans for this year, right? It's not for making profit. That's activity plan, strategic plan this year. So that's, anyway, that's very good. Just challenge me. Tell me, stop me whenever you have questions. I'll make our class two-way, interactive. Oh, by the way, I may ask question, 3 people. First, Suresh, why are you here today?
Sudden question, I guess. Why am I here?
Spend your valuable, weekend days.
Yeah. Yes, it's also one reason, but I guess like my background doesn't taught me any project management skills in a kind of academic fashion that I could use them. But in my work, I do undertake a lot of projects, research mostly.
Good.
And I would be kind of happy to learn the academic principles of project management rather than do something based on common sense or learn as you go process, which is what I'm kind of doing now. And I'd be kind of very delighted to look at the slides and probably use some of them in my teaching on how to actually undertake healthcare projects. So that's another reason why I'm kind of here.
Good.
And the third thing, obviously, is that I'm supposedly doing a grand design project here, and if this workshop or seminar helps me to get that project done more efficiently, I'd be more than happy. So
Good.
that would be the 3 reasons.
Thank you very
I
much.
could think of more, but that would be later.
In India, my job was to teach Indians how to make a short question. I'm sorry, that's not you. 小玉さん、小玉さんいらっしゃいます？ Not here. And then one more person's. Ito-san? Yes. Why you are here today?
Doing the business in luxury consumer market,
Yeah.
and I have some experience of practice the project management, but it's only in my market, in my company. So I would like to learn more about the project management globally, and and I would like to exchange the opinions with you.
Great. Thank you very much. That encourages me very much. Thank you. So I ask a question from time to time. Now, very clinical definition of project management and program management. So this is important, so I did and make some comments. Why there are both PM and program management, right? First, project management is a set of management processes for creating any unique, new value in a project context, okay? Value, not just finish the project. Create a value in a project context, which means this process is mission-driven, systemic, time-bound, knowledge and people integrated, and resources constrained. So a project can be initiated on a standalone basis, okay? These are called discrete project, or as an integral part of a program that we are going to see next. Is there anybody who can distinguish systematic and systemic? How about you, Kennedy? Systemic and systematic.
I know the difference in the definition.
Yeah.
Systematic
Yes.
would refer to the process.
Yeah. Yes.
Systemic
Please go on.
refers to the way the process is integrated into your organization,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Great. If you say systematic, it's almost same as analytical. Break down logically. That's systematic. Systemic is that you know what you are doing is part of some system. And you should know which is the leverage point. どこが勘どころか to make the total system effective and efficient. And so project managers need, of course, this fundamental analytical skill, at the same time, systemic thinking, right? Let's see. This should be a part of iceberg, big iceberg. Can't see, right? That's project manager's mindset. Okay, program management is a set of processes including conception, formulation, design, structuring, and implementation management of a program as an organizational vehicle to realize an organizational strategy formed into a cluster of component projects to deliver the strategy. It's a little bit difficult. However, let's see this this diagram. No, this is program and this is component project. And these component projects are interrelated under the holistic mission of a program, right? Otherwise, these are three separate projects, not connected to which is other. If you are a 事業部長, division manager, department manager, you have project under you, right? Some of them are interconnected, but some of them are standalone, right? If standalone project, when collected, is not the program. It's multi-project. Right? So what I'm saying here is that there are two ways of looking at project management addressing. In the professional world like mine, we distinguish project management, project and program, right? However, in the industry and society in general, people don't know the exact distinction between project and program. However, how many of you are members of a Grand Design by Japan program? How many of you, right? And you have your own project this year, right? Your own project is this one. And the Grand Design by Japan program overall is really a program. So program manager is Professor Anegawa. And leader of each project is project manager. So that way you can understand the structure of a program project.
So,
Kennedy?
but may I ask, in this case, in the Grand Design Program, in the Grand Design Program, most of the projects are not directly related, except that they have been judged by the leader team to be very valuable in the grand design of Japan, but they are not necessarily closely linked, right? Although this quarter we've tried to integrate them into part of the triple disaster, how they might help to recover from the disaster. But in this case, because they're not necessarily directly related,
Okay.
normally in a company context,
Yeah.
they would not be part of the same program then, right?
Yeah.
We have a kind of artificial construct. Our
Right.
program is artificial
Yeah.
because our projects are not really
Yeah.
directly related.
So,
right?
Yes. What I suggest is come to Anegawa Sensei and made a more stronger program team and make, exchange idea freely, more positively with your colleagues. And now this is really a platform to share, exchange on what's going on in your project to make a more, meaningful, organically combined projects. Right?
I don't misunderstand me. I think each project
Yeah.
has meaning, and
Yeah.
many, they're all very valuable.
Yeah.
And we also can help each other and give advice on each other.
Yes.
But in most cases, our project is never going to be closely related to somebody's water project. We're doing remote medicine, e-health. That's not going to link to somebody's water project or somebody's agriculture project. But so in this case, in the philosophy or the methodology of program management, this actually we would not all be in the same program, would we? By the standard?
We are.
We are.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We share the grand vision, grand design by Japan,
Okay.
craft the future out of,
That's our link.
yes.
That's our
Our
link.
link. Yeah.
The first year, the projects are a little bit more independently operated. But this year, we will more focus on the program. So across the project, that to share the information or share the understanding is much more important. So the first year experiment and second year experiment is a little bit different. So we focus the program this year.
Good. Anyways, let's get improved.
Just to kind of extend the discussion, you can probably see things, in a different way. You can see them as different projects which may not be related, but if you basically look a little bit deeper, almost any project involves human beings, and most of project management is personal skills, networking skills, and these are always common across projects. How do you manage people? The second thing that's common is financial management. All projects involve some kind of resources, money, people, time, whatever it is, and managing resources is again a key component of just about any project. And again, the third thing that is common across all projects is you have to have a clear definition on where do you want to start, how do you want to go, and how do you want to kind of come out with definable outcomes. And these are again like transferable skills across, like let's say healthcare projects or construction projects or anything. And I guess in a way, grand design actually kind of focuses on these and then lets us leverage these skills across different domains. And I really like the idea of grand design actually. It sounds great.
Thank you, Suresh. Any other comments? Progress is okay, right? This kind of discussion, right? It's more important, right? Let's move on. Everybody talks about smart city, a compact community, right? And this picture coming from the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, and all other, similar pictures show, say, for instance, wind turbine generation, power generation, solar panel, big storage, and electric vehicles, say, smart houses, right? All of these component project, right? However, they are compounded under the concept of eco-smart community. That's really a program. And without having a grand design for the total community, total compact society, each project goes apart, and they can't have integrated, picture and performance of this eco-smart community, right? So we need to do a little bit of exercise later on. So, are there any PMPs? So you are PMP, right? You are PMP, right? Are there any other PMP? That's PMP. I'm PMP. I still have a very strong tie with PMI. So I don't say anything wrong, bad things about PMBOK guide, but what in general project management is doing, this scope, manage planning, monitoring, right? Responding, and make a product. However, in program management, we start from design of strategy development. And for that purpose, we have program A, B, and program A is divided into program A, B, and 3. So this is comparative scope of program management and project management. Some more. Now, this vertical line shows the relation of a vision, mission, program, and project, right? And how project management covers and program management covers these, tiers of management activities. For instance, at the top, we have founders' belief, or so raison d'etre of each organization. See, this slide is not included in the handout. However, this is Panasonic, Mr. Konosuke Matsushita's statement on May 5, 1932. This is called the Suido Tetsugaku, enriching your lifestyle through diverse ideas for life, right? home electronics for everybody, all wives, right? Like water is coming by tapping the plug, right? That's great. Oh, by the way, so Matsushita Konosuke Sensei is honorary doctor of both Keio and Waseda. Do you know this? Probably. Very few know this. Yes. But to need that, I think if you donate one building like this to Keio, you can expect to be an honorary doctor. Oh, that's a joke. Okay? Now that's this top one. Founders believe. And then vision. Well, we want to be this and that in 5 years, 10 years from now. And now, you can't do that. You can't run project with that. So each year, say, President Otsubo of Panasonic announces annual business strategy. Sounds like this. Right? This is headline only. Mr. Otsubo in January mentioned largely 4 things, right? And then there are some contents. And then each division start crafting programs. So program is a unit of realizing organization's strategy, specific business mission. So Grand Design by Japan is Keio, the grand design strategy, unit of strategy of realizing Keio's philosophy to be a premier leader of research and education in this century. So Anegawa Sensei has been selected to pick this, Grand Design by Japan theme, right? So program can be understood that way. It's not just a collection of a project. And then we do program conception, formulation, design strategy, and forming project and do project. So project management covers this just project execution, and usually not here. So in Europe, PMBOK is not used because PMBOK is just for a project whose objective is given, and your mission is to manage the delivery of the project to the plans, right? Quality plans, time, and cost. But in this very turbulent world, you need something else. That's program management, right? Conception, visioning, conception, structuring programs, okay? So this gives you tiers of business management tiers and how program management and project management supports. So as I said, program management supports business strategy, the mission, or this can be a grand design, specific grand design, delivery design, and architecture. Okay? Any questions so far? This is quite easy for those who are studying management MBA, right? Okay. Now, anatomy of project management, Suresh said, you need some little bit of theoretical background on project management. So, just for your information, to me, a little bit theoretical background of project management like this. In project management, we stress systems approach as a project, as a system of conversion. I will come back to this point, okay? So that is the integration of multidisciplinary knowledge and people. So Aregawa Sensei majored in economics, macroeconomics. So he's in very good position to know very critical discipline, right? On the basis of macroeconomics. If you measure the controls engineering, your eye is very narrow. So you can't tolerate for anything which are not very, well defined. Okay. The second thing is that unique overall goal of grand design driven. So in this sense, we use value theory, innovation theory of management science. Number 3 is dealing with time-bound, resource constraints efforts, right? Delivery time, budget. In the field of academic, that's part of a planning theory, utility theory, accounting. I think in economics, Tanaka sensei, you run utility theory, right? It's as soon as you enter the economic school. Utility theory is part of project management, risk analysis. And combining structuring knowledge and organizational behavior model. This is a little bit difficult. Structuring knowledge is a term worked out by Professor Hiroshi Komiyama. He used to be the president of Tokyo University. He's now president of Mitsubishi Soken. Structuring knowledge is that there are so many big challenges, problems in Japan that need solution by integrating knowledges of academic discipline. So he called all the professors in Tokyo University, don't be contained in your silo. Come out and challenge this and that project. That's what Komiyama sensei said 7-8 years ago. So it's, and sensei called structuring knowledge, right? Not your own knowledge, combining valuable knowledge. And platform organizational behavior model, Professor Watanabe, Naoto Watanabe is a professor of organizational behavior. In Nihongo, that's Soshikiron. But in English, it's called organizational behavior, right? Organizational behavior is like a Toyota way or DNA, study of DNA in corporations. So it's part of project management. And managing uncertainty. Projects are not free from uncertainty risks. And so risk theory, strategic decision theory, these are background of project management. Suresh, question about this? Okay, clear? Now, I say once again that project is a value creating undertaking. It's not just to get things done, right? But many times we on the project team forget about this point. So, for instance, at IT companies, I heard that many people are working just for paying, project manager working for paying, right? It's wrong. So all the projects should have new value to create, even if a mission is given, objective is given. So this new value creating is a very important function. And then you know that project are resource constrained, time bound, we need unique product, team-based. By the way, what is the definition, contemporary definition of management in short term? I don't know. But when I was younger and I attended for the first time section managers training, we used AMA, American Management Association textbook. It says very simply, management is to get things done through people. Right? Very easy to get things done through people. 人を介して物事を成し遂げること。That means if you're a super manager, super engineer, and did everything on your project, can you say you are a good project manager, successful project manager? No. You absolutely lack the element that to get things done through people, right? So management many times is just patience, right? Patience of educating. Now this is very important theoretical part of a project. I define project as system of conversion, right? System project is a system of converting input resources to output resources with outcome, right? In remote, advanced Medicare project under this grand design program, what are the input resources, Kennedy? You are one of us. Yeah, yeah.
Of course, the team members.
Team members.
And of course, the leaders of the grand design, the mentors, the professors, and other participants can help us with feedback as we present our findings. And budget, although...
yes, that's very important.
Yeah. Any other?
Professional resources like doctors,
outside people, we're
Medicare
getting advice.
Professionals,
Yeah,
right?
getting advice from other doctors and other professionals.
Yes, and their resources.
Yeah. And of course, literature.
Yeah, literature. What should be, what would you like to have as output with outcome as a result of your research?
Well, a new system of providing medical services in a new and more efficient way.
Yes, that's one. And for instance, in Tohoku area region, it's handicapped, damaged. And so I think sharing of a recept by advanced IT system among regional hospitals should be a great idea. Or the centralization of damaged hospitals and make it a more efficient, robust one. Many ideas, right?
Right.
And conversion with what? With knowledge, means, finance, and management. And of course, you have some grand design, right? For that, you use project as a system of conversion. In this case, right, provide more, accessible quality Medicare to people in this and that area or whatsoever, right? Global exchange of advanced Medicare concept, things like that. And that specific mission should reflect intended value notions, as well as strategy. Tanaka Sensei is a member of Medicare, 医療経済学 economics, right? And so he's in a very good position to advise what should be strategy of your research, etc. And now this specific mission, of course, comes out with quantified objectives as well as constraints. How much budget you can use, how many team members are mobilized, right? And this poses constraints poses, sort of guides to in terms of quality, quantity, and about outcome evaluation criteria. So this is a fundamental system of project. And of course, in project, this process is series, right? We talked about this series, and this session, system process 1, have input 1 and 2, and here for M1 and Y, typical resources, input resources, main machine, money, materials. And then the output 1 and 2, and here we put in input 3 newly to come out with final outputs. So this is a series, and it's a chain. And as I say, a project manager should be systemic. Which particular system affects greatly, most importantly, the total project? That's systemic analysis, okay? And so in project management, we say that project is systems approach based. It means a system is defined as a totality of various elements which are interrelated and have a function to achieve a certain objectives as a whole, right? Each element cannot attain something, but elements get put together might have a specific function to achieve some specific subject. Like me alone and Kodama-san alone, right, can do this and that things only. But if we are a team of 4 or 5, can perform much better. So that's systems approach. A project and program is a typical system combining artificial subsystems and human activity subsystems. There is natural systems, right? 光合成, that's typical natural system. Anyway, project is a very typical systems. So we use systems approach, which is a way of thinking to identify and define a problem, take into all conceivable relevant elements to produce the best solution. So this left-hand slide has been copied from Wikipedia. It shows how new product saturates. You can understand the idea. When a thin LCD TV was put on the market, it sold like hot cake, right? By Match, Panasonic, Sony. And then always there are followers to make a similar product. And profitability was of Huarana are diluted, right? And then there are some smart guys who put additional features and that product sells. And that's repeated. So that's typical downsizing of price levels of home electronics. When we think about global warming, basic components of people benefit, energy, industrial activities, and global climate, they are interrelated, right? So saving energy can contribute to reduction of global warming. That's combination of so many, modest activities. So think about this system's dynamics from time to time when you are dealing with project work. I call that Panasonic. I have nothing to do with Panasonic, but my colleagues at the association, about 7, 8 out of 12 are from Panasonic, so I'm trained very much by them. Now, suppose this is a manufacturing company. The first start This is a systemic view of a program project. First start is the organizational strategy as we reviewed. And then each year, after the president's release of annual business plan, each business division profit units, strategic profit units, carries, formulates a portfolio of programs to realize business mission, right? Looking at market, competitors, how competitors behaving, and on the foundation of corporate capability, as well as available financing. These two are coming from governance. Governance is not just controls. In management, governance generally includes a strategic alignment of the activities with corporate strategy, business domains, platform, organization, and controls. Now, when you have a business mission, and then a portfolio element that is a crude program is defined as business scheme, actual product, for instance, right? And again, thinking about the customers, market, and the product lines, right? Each manufacturing company, for instance, electronics company has product lines, and each product line provides some basic idea, but tailoring is left to each program and value chain. And this business scheme, say program, must have differentiators in market strategy, product service strategy, mechanism, and governance. For instance, new type of financing. Yes?
I just have a question like, what's the role of ethics and people's welfare when you think about project management? You gave the example of LCD and Panasonic. When they were new, they sold like hotcakes. They opened up a lot of factories. And then because of competition, it drove prices down and they closed a lot of factories also. And I guess like Sony is even thinking about exiting from TV business, which is great as a project, as management. But when you look about people who are working there, they're going to lose jobs. So what's actually the role of ethics and people's welfare in a project? Is that like factored in?
Well, that's factored in. This, it's here. It's in controls. And I jumped a slide and shows a very last slide. That's evaluated in the program level. Okay. In program management, we have value evaluation, program evaluation criteria like ordinary one, created value, efficiency, effectiveness, and value, and then ethics, right? Regulatory compliance, setting out program ethics.
Social accountability.
Yes, social accountability, incorporating transparency. That's part of program management. But it's not considered in ordinary project management. But in program management level, means coming back to the original slide, it's here. Controls includes ethics as part of governance. Okay?
Just to kind of extend the discussion, I mean, in the business that I am in, at least you could call it as a business or a service, which is healthcare, there is always a conflict. A particular treatment may appeal to a doctor, but the insurance company or the management person would always say it is expensive, so we cannot actually finance it. So there is always a conflict between what to give to the patient. Is it his kind of benefit that counts first, or the payer's perspective that counts first?
I can comment.
In almost all the countries, if you think about basic healthcare, like let's say basic surveillance, how many people are getting sick, how many, just basic surveillance, there is no private company involved in that at all, because it is simply not profitable at any point. It's left to the governments, who probably do it good or bad. So you would probably see that nobody is actually interested in ethics or actual service, although people try to mention it. And it's very, very obvious in healthcare.
Yeah, very big argument. Thank you very much. Let's come back during the program management session. Okay, so we break at 10:30, so let's catch up a little bit. So some objectives, a little bit quantified objectives of your project. So I give you 5 minutes looking at these sample objectives. Tell me, what is the objective of your project in the past, the project that you're performing, or that project that you're going to perform? 5 minutes from now, that means, say, 11:17. I ask not all of you, several people, right? Give me some idea.
Considered for our own individual projects.
Individual or anything, your own or your team's project or whatsoever. Right? Can Sensei's idea increase the market share from X% to Y%, right? Or differentiate the customer segment, affordable to low-income consumers like BDP or whatsoever. Think about that. As we promised, this is a sort of a global Grand Design by Japan program, so we use English, but of course you can speak in Japanese. I think you too understand Japanese, right? So Nihongo is okay. And during workshop, you can use Nihongo. Either way, or Chinese, or Korean, or Indonesian. So objectives should be quantified, not just big one. We produce this and that nice one. What's nice? Nice to me and nice to you are different. Okay. May I ask Takahashi-san, Junko-san, います？いません？小野さん、What's your objective?
Objective means in this case, can I make a type of product? Example, pretty looks, and small, light, and then high quality, and then the shape is like a lipstick size, or iPod, or nano size, or name card size, like a thin and small, and I can always keep it. So,
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
thank you.
Okamoto-san, what's your objective? Assume, yes. Tell me your project and objective. Yes.
My project is the title is the general system theory on well-being and financial investment, and objective is well, there are various objectives such as since this is there are various objectives, but most important one is to clarify the nature of well-being and to contribute to the well-being of human beings.
Thank you. You could also say that I will target at, say, 50 students in my class, for instance. So you are a teacher, right? You are teaching in experimental education. Right? Then say, I will have 50 students in my next class. Or that should be part of objective. Ishikawa-san, would you comment?
My experience, I thought of software download of free version, and the objective is a number of licenses that were downloaded. Good,
very clear. That's very perfect. Thank you very much for your contribution. Let's go on. This slide, it's presented just for those interested. I copied the slide of Professor Kosaka, Michitaka Hosaka, Professor of JAIS, Japan Advanced Institute of Science and Technology. Why I'm interested is that he's proposing to marry science, that's JAIS specialty, because the first chair of knowledge science at JAIS is Professor Ikujiro Nonaka. And so, and with systems approach. And then I'm saying, Sensei, I'm joining you, and I inject strategy, project, and program management. And then we three, with Professor Anemoto, can work together about, coming out a new combined form of our research. Now, another pillar of project management is BAR theory. BAR is a famous Japanese management concept and announced a lot by Professor Tanaka, Professor Itami, both from Hitotsubashi. They are now almost retired. In English, Tanaka sensei refers to BAR as a platform of shared context in motion. Right? This word. Platform of shared context in motion. And this is, when you work together, all of you contribute your own personal context, right? Knowledge, affiliation, etc., into the field. The BAR is originally electrical engineering term, Denji bar, right? Electromagnetic field. And then share time, space, culture to share individual knowledge and think, communicate. This is my time. I made my first PMI presentation back in 1985 in Mile High City, Denver. And then I said, we did think and communicate. And that was sold very well. People, oh, I love that one. Right? But at the same time, I think ThinkPad was created at IBM Yamato Lab. It's not American product. That's Yamato, IBM Yamato product. It's not IBM now, Lenovo, but ThinkPad. Okay? And so, by so doing, knowledge fusion takes place and makes a knowledge spiral, make a greater knowledge. This is the idea of BAR, platform of shared context in motion. Now, this can explain well your situation. Many of you are in the individual project team of Grand Design by Japan, okay? This project team is this size. However, through your affiliation with Anegawa Sensei's initiative, you are a member of project community member, program community member of Grand Design by Japan overall program team. So this is a much broader community, and you can integrate all available wisdom, professional knowledge, experience, idea, culture in this environment for collaborative innovation. This is theory of BAR applied in project context. And this BAR theory is quite extensively utilized at NASA. Very interesting. However, my Singaporean friend told me, Tanaka-san, I'm Asian, but I can't understand the concept of BAR. We are too much influenced by Western society. So I understand, of course, the concept of project team, program team, but BAR is a little bit vague. Right? That's quite common comments about BAR. Any comments about? Yes. Hirotaka-san.
Uchitomi. My name is Uchitomi.
Yeah.
In this BAR theory, the main point is mutual 相互作用
interaction.
Yeah, mutual interaction between person's knowledge and the another person's knowledge. However, what mechanism
Yes.
of create the innovation in this bar theory. I can't understand this process or mechanism.
We don't talk much about process, more mechanism.
Okay.
Because by say process, it gives, this and do. It's not more open. You create, members create so-called protocol, liberal protocol. By that, you can contribute freely.
Okay, thank you
That's
very much.
more innovation orientation. Any other comments? That's great. We're learning a lot. So, several more slides. This is included in my workshop guide slide. This is a fictional tourism company based in Sendai, which promotes Tour de Tohoku Esprit, right? By combining Japanese, the Tohoku tourism resources together with French, say, Grandes Écoles, business schools, specialist, professional schools. French love Japan very much. And whenever my friends come, they always do their own tailor-made trips. Don't join the group tour, right? Carry bags and go and this and that, and cycling. And so by using some idea, you can be a business. So, and this is, this French Esprit, Tohoku Esprit project, has a vision, right? It says, promote quality tour value of Tohoku at reasonable cost, and promote the grassroots cultural exchange with France, Kusanone Bunka Koryu. Create knowledge economy in hospitality business, hospitality business, right? Hotels, tourism. My third daughter majored in hospitality at the Christian school in Tokyo. But she said, Pop, Dad, I don't go to hotel business. I wish to take days off on Saturday and Sunday, so she gave up. Anyway, hospitality business, knowledge, how hospitality business should be in knowledge economy. Attain 6 wins. Win, 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 win. Partners, right? And government support agency, Miyagi Prefecture, Gambaro Miyagi, right? This kind of platform theory is very useful. Now finally, in the world, in academic PM world, there is consensus about 9 schools of project management. Yes, all of us do, but rather by professional learning or by intuitively process, right? An optimization, decision, but not quite often touch modeling, marketing, behavior, contingency, the governance. The scholars of project management are pursuing all of these 9 schools. I represented this behavior model. Okay, let's conclude this. It's 10:30. It's time for break. 11:30. So, Sensei, how long do we take rest? 10 minutes, 20 minutes? 15 minutes. 15分休憩。I think so. 1 to 2. Yeah. I will step up a little bit. So 45分。11:45. 記念があれば。